These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Craig McKee with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. In the meantime, voters in 20 Valley school districts will decide on bonds and overrides in this election. A bond typically goes toward buildings and infrastructure, while overrides usually go toward staffing and salaries. Some districts, like Deer Valley and Higley Unified, already saying that they would have to cut millions from their budgets if overrides are not passed. The Tolleson Union High School District is in the spotlight, with the superintendent facing some serious allegations. Jeremy Cayas is accused of failing to report a child predator to police and failing to tell investigators when a student brought a gun to campus. The accusations came during testimony before state lawmakers here who are actually looking into the district's spending. And we've been reaching out to district officials about this situation. So far, they have not responded to our request for comment. ABC 15's Ford Hatchett is following this for us today. His updated reports just ahead on ABC 15 News at 5. And on day 8 of the government shutdown, both sides are taking a stand. Democrats want an extension to Affordable Care Act subsidies. Republicans say they won't discuss anything until the government reopens. So, two Arizona lawmakers, though, are sparring over the shutdown. Republican Juan Ciscomani is speaking to our news partners at KTAR about Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego in response to a video that Gallego posted on social media where the senator responded to a letter from Arizona House Republicans.
Hey, Juan, I got your letter, and I talked to you about it, but you're not here.
Ciscomani said that he'd be willing to have conversations about ACA subsidies when the government reopens, and he claims the senator has voted against opening the government multiple times.
All he's doing is keeps on voting for the shutdown, and that's terrible.
Meanwhile, the House already passed the continuing resolution, and the Senate needs 60 yes votes to push it through. So happening today, ballots will be mailed out to Maricopa County voters for the November 4th election. All registered voters will receive a mail-in ballot here. Depending on where you live, you're going to be able to vote on funding for things like emergency services, school districts, and parks. Also, county-wide measure Prop 409, which would use a property tax increase to fund a nearly $900 million investment for Valley-wise health. People supporting it say the funds will save lives in behavioral health and emergency services. But some of the people against it argue the price tag for voters is just way too high. If you want to know how much money this means for you, we have resources and an estimator tool linked in this story on ABC15.com. Over this year, we saw a dozen eggs at one point hit $10.49. That was back in March. Then they dropped to $1.99 by August.
I didn't realize that it was going to be so tightly tied to the data that we're seeing. And it's great when the data ends up supporting a lot of the arguments that people are making, because you had individuals recommending how to utilize coupons properly and all these other things. Turns out that actually matters.
Experts warn new tariffs could also impact your grocery bill in the upcoming months. An update now on an ABC 15 investigation. Our team learning more details about an assisted living facility death in Avondale. The medical examiner confirmed with our investigators here the July death of a 75-year-old person was because of the Arizona heat. The report says that she was outside for nearly 2 hours. When she was found, her core temperature was roughly 110 degrees. Arizona Attorney General's office is now investigating. So with warm temperatures lingering, this is a reminder about the dangers of heat. I've been following the data for most of the summer here from Maricopa County, which now reports 201 confirmed heat-related deaths, another 325 currently under investigation. Sadly, nearly half of those deaths were unhoused people, while more than 30 victims died with a non-functioning AC unit in their home. Authorities have reportedly made an arrest linked to the wildfire that ravaged parts of Los Angeles, California earlier this year. The U.S. Attorney for Southern California saying the 29-year-old Florida resident is facing a federal charge of destruction of property by means of fire. The Palisades fire, that is, began on January 7th, continued to burn thousands of homes and killed 12 people. It has since been deemed the 9th deadliest wildfire in California history, according to the state's Department of Forestry and Fire Protection.
And we are tracking the next storm system to impact Arizona. Everywhere getting rain, and a lot of rain over the next several days. We really start to see that widespread rain developing with isolated pockets of heavy rain as we head into our Thursday. When this is all said and done, by the time that we head into the end of the weekend, there are areas like Flagstaff and down through eastern Arizona that can get up to 3 inches of rain. Here in the valley, anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So the flood watch in place for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for all the areas you see highlighted here on the map in that green. That includes pretty much most of the state. Temperatures will cool as well. 93 for Phoenix, 74 for Sedona, and 64 the expected high tomorrow for Flagstaff. We will continue to see our temperatures dropping. 91 on Friday and 86 on Saturday. We will have weather action days for your Thursday, Friday, and Saturday due to the rain and the flood watch which is in place. So be weather aware even throughout the rest of the weekend.